and welcome. Now then, I did. I'd start a mod. I thought, well, I've got to get this done for Giants. Really, it's as in like so that I can carry on with the mod. Obviously, it's the new editor, and went on. I was saving it regularly as you do, because you don't want to lose your work. And then all of a sudden, lo and behold, it just crashed for no reason. I thought, just create some content. You can't fight these when the editor itself is rubbish and it's like crashing and burning. So I thought I'll talk about like disheartened. Right, that should, that's got that. It's got it. So let's fold this away. I'm not worried about the stones for now. We've sort of partially prepped it. I might get a normal stone picker as well. That way, it does lend itself more to the. We're obviously at the minute. I'm not going to do anything like that because we're a little bit poorly on the cash. We are definitely. Now I've changed that to the super, like I said I would. So we've paid the money. We're up to 165. We spent that cash on upgrading to the super, and I did actually do it when I left the session yesterday. So that should now say it's super. That's if the game's not not doing things that it should do. It should be listening, or either that or it's disappeared. So super road maker, super spinny tailor, right? Fantastic. So that's got 10,000. Now that'd be interesting to see how that does, because it should really pretty much destroy that in one go. And this obviously, we've got this to do, haven't we? And also let's just check the prices on what we have got. Hey, see, rope is worth a fortune again. This time it's in green. Right, okay, so we need to be I always think that the crops are ready in the morning, don't we? So let's get on. Let's get all these little mini jobs done. While that finishes off, it's a couple more things, and then right over there. Excellent. So we know we filled the straws, so that's doing nicely. It's September. It's beginning to look, obviously it's got to look more like a farm. At the minute it just looks like a collection of buildings, although enough so that it has its own unique character, but I wouldn't call it a farm yet. I'd start from scratch, as I have yet to master that thing of like making it so that I sort of think, that's a farm. And it is a farm, because a farm, we're doing what it needs to be done on a farm, and we definitely get that. But it's like, I don't sometimes think that, no, that's not, I don't really get that that's so if we grab these to begin with, then push them forwards a little to do that, we should be able to do sort of two at once, really, I would say. And okay, all right. I don't get it sometimes, it misses things like that. Right, okay. Now we've got to sort of travel. Now this has got a lot already, that is true. Rope maker, which is not so far, that's got 10 tons, the other one. It'll be interesting to see, because I think it'll probably devour 10 tons in a single night. Yes, I do. Excellent. We ought to do a bit of, get rid of some of the grass, haven't we, there? It looks a little bit messy, so all of this is going to go in there now. All of it. We shall see. How can that miss the one on the right when it's touching it? I don't get it. I don't get sometimes how this, it goes to the left and the right, and then sometimes like that you like think, well, how did you not get that when I know that you're like collecting from that side? It's strange. I apologise. I'll try and correct my attitude. It's true, it's annoyed me a bit, I was spending all that time, I was just tweaking it, getting it all nicely. I re-imported, because say this editor's destructive, one time something can be there, it lost my I've not made any sort of bones about it. I grabbed the support frame from the RAW Fent farm compact, so obviously I needed to like re-import it, because somehow it had lost it. Lost the actual modelling, so I thought, well, why have I just... it should... It's in the same... Right, okay, we can do this. Right, smashing. Let's see what we've got in there then after this. It should be a lot. we will just correct this, because it does look a bit messy. It's really, like, with the blob of grey, but there's grass on top of it. Why? Why did you do the grass on top of it? Right, so then, painting. Let's gonna go for my nice one I really like. I like concrete pebbles. Just like literally. That's not too terrible. Yeah, we'll keep the grass and that. On the others, do we do a bit of grass coats? I just want to get rid of the grey a bit, really. Grass dry. Yeah, I just want to mask a bit of the grey that's like, for some reason, I think it was the painting actually. Yeah. Looks a bit messy, I think. We're underneath the grass, and then we'll put a tiny bit of the cheaper grass just dotted around, just to try and get a bit of realism. Right. Excellent. Oh, still a little bit that I missed. It was a bit wider than I thought. Right, so smashing. So that's done. Let's have a look. How much have we got in there now? In the super. Now, did I? Yeah, the rope maker should, because obviously the game's remembered to switch everything on that was on already. So it's now got 9,616 litres of wool. Now, by my reckoning, I'm sure I said that it should get through 10,000 litres. A super should get through 10,000 litres a night or a day or a month, really. Yeah, it's a month, really, isn't it? So that's what should do that. So we want to grab the... oh, hang on. Have we not told the... We haven't. We need to tell it to spawn. That's what it's... I was going to say, why is it not sort of showing? Because I'm trundling away from it, and actually it's that very building that I need to grab the ropes. That obviously is only one. Well, there's 5,000 litres, but you know what I mean. There's only one container. So let's grab this and immediately go and sell it. Because that should really bring in a bit of cash again. Yeah, so it's spending it as quickly as we're earning. But then in almost all Let's Plays, you get that at the... you're buying like tractors. I know we've already bought ours and stuff like that, so we really shouldn't have that much of a problem. And we've got enough tractors now with what the 2 Fiats and the little. I've got quite a few littles, quite a few bigs. Yeah, it's nice. And most of the fence we've upgraded. So I'm quite happy where we are. Can't see us needing any more tractors, which is a nice place to be. Let's see. 41 plus 621 environmental score reward. Excellent job. Excellent. I would imagine our worker has finished now. You probably saw it come in. That's just one more thing. Let's just do that as well. It looks a bit odd, doesn't it, when you've got like old things that have gone, and we didn't really do this ourselves. So let's just fix it and make it a bit so it's really quite sort of dry earth, isn't it, really, to begin with. Now, Forest Ground's got 2 dry grass to 1. It's all an optical illusion in a way, because it's dead. What we've really got to do is put some splashes of grass, just to make it, look. The odd bit, just to draw it in right. I think that when you drive past it, we know it's there at the minute. It's like anything. Your eyes immediately drawn to something like that because you know you've just done it. So I think it was the only thing that was green. We're now up to 186,000, and we are on dollars. Shock horror, amazing. Is that still doing its strange? It is. That is a very... I've never seen in all the editors that we've had so far. Again, I don't know, because obviously the game has to resonate with an editor, as in because it's the game that applies it. So to me, there's something not quite right with the actual game itself at the minute, because it's applying what the editor's doing. It's not the editors just can only edit. The game applies. So I'm saying it's the editor, but is it? or is it the game, whatever update obviously has been done recently, which is now applying diffusers in a different way? That really is the, yeah, that is really the problem. So just roll straight ahead, it's all one line. It's nice to say. Did I actually? I must have done that. I just think if we look, this should have mulching done. If not, we'll switch it on this because I always have this on as a mulcher. It would be an oversight if I... So let's have a look. Mulched. I would say that looks pretty mulched to me. But you see, one mine doesn't because it didn't have this one. So yeah, you see that there's always an advantage to this beautiful bit of kit. The fact you get that slight mulch bonus, which is like 2.5 or something like that, or 1, even 1, well, it's not a bad little thing to have. And obviously the field next door done with the giant plat, it has not got that. Yeah. And am I going to go over with this? No, of course not. Fence thing. Yeah, it is an advantage though to having this. Even sometimes having a couple of these, just for the fact that you've got your mulch bonus on top, it's something that normal players don't actually do, as we can just see. Sort of it gets spoiled a bit because you sort of you expect what you expect, and that's why I say I love this, because it is really quite an amazing bit of kit for the fact it's even just with the mulching alone. It really is quite amazing. Thought I might miss that last bit. That's the, oh no, there's another blob over there, I see it. If a job's worth doing, it's worth doing well, is what I say. I think that is about right. So it's definitely got the mulch thing on. I thought so. I can't recall a time I missed it, but we can all like forget to do something sometimes if you're in a rush or something like that. How's that? Did it save the... Now, the interesting thing is, obviously, I've just done that very fertilizer spreader. Now, I did save it regular, so let's just have a look. Did it put the support frame back in like it should have done? Or did it not take any notice of what I've just done? Oh, it did. It has got the red as well. Oh, it's remembering it. Yeah, it did that before, though, and then it lost the so at least that is, it's as it should be. So it did remember most of the things I've done. Yeah, it's fairly decent. Yeah, I've got to increase... I'll finish it tonight. My first instinct is for the content, really. Still, and I've sort of, with doing it so often, has it done what I asked it to do and like got rid of those little cap things? Can't see them anymore. You can't. Excellent. That's what I wanted. Brilliant. It's done everything that I wished it to do now. Yeah, there's a few little things in the model which is what controls the frame appearing and disappearing, and you would have seen them inside. I had them visible, so I was trying to see what I needed to do to switch them off. Now then we need to, yeah, close that. So that is all good. No, we were on the right one. So yeah, this I've got to remodel. Now I have, obviously on my last PC, I did actually do quite a lot of modelling. In a way, I think that's why I'm sort of trying to hang back. So I'm really now wanting to stick what I've got in the model and finish it off. Like it's literally sort. No, that's true. I need that support frame on that as well, because it looks odd with it having the... Yeah, so I need to bring the support arms into that one as well. I thought I had done. Yeah, things are disappearing, that's what I'm saying. You put things in and they were in the model, and then all of a sudden they've gone. It's, yeah, a bit annoying to say the least, but that's definitely as good as I wished it to be. Ooh, got 2 straw bales here as well. Yeah, there's no room at these straw anyway, so let's have a look. We did do that. We're in September. If we go through to the month of... Now, we will need to feed our animals... Because, yeah, we'll have to buy some loose as well, I think. So we need to grab the big... For the first time ever, yeah, we've not actually... Well, who could have foreseen the fact that the game would, like, not work right and then I'd got to go forwards and all that type of stuff. So we've like sort of missed a few months in a way. So we want to be grabbing, you know, it's not really the right size though, is it? Yeah, that'll do. That will do. That is powerful enough to grab the little Fiat Agri. Let's grab this. It's 180 horses, I think. I'm sure it is, which is, I would say, just about up to dragging this. I mean, it's a little bit. Well, it's not as noisy as it used to be, and that I'm grateful of, he says. You can't always tell, can you? Oh, no, ropes. Yeah, no, it would have done another ropes. So we need to shift that. Let's grab some grass, which we're going to have imported at the minute because our own grass is only growing. These things happen when months disappear. It's true, they do. They do, definitely. Right, okay, that's grass, I believe is what we want. We better grab a full one because we're not using this unduly at the minute. This particular. Let's have a look. How much are we down to? How much we weren't? Yeah, I'm going to say they weren't like using an awful lot. It's 10,000 litres of wool a day. Amazing. So let's have a look. We were looking, weren't we, to see how this has got through 10,000 litres plus, and the Super Spinny Tailor has got through 7,000 odd. So, but bearing in mind it's doing 2 jobs, so that's not too terrible. It probably needs a little bit of tweaking, because my golden rule is the 10,000 litres. So the grass will be ready next year now. Got one more growth stage in, which means it'll be up to 3rd, and then of course it loses a growth stage anyway, or it usually does. Stick this in there. Now it's struggling a little, but not unduly. Yeah, it's managing this, says, as it starts to grind to a hole for some reason. It was doing really well, and then all of a sudden I said that, and it like started to go with sound effects, courtesy of me. Right, so let's do as much as we can, which is actually from. Oh, of course, no, yeah, that's right. I'm going on the old bits. Yeah, I did. It's got far more. I did increase it. Yeah, it's me looking at the thing and thinking, yeah, it's full, but it wasn't. Was it? That's actually amazing. So with having that much in, actually, I think the enclosure is completely filled. We said that, didn't we? So yeah, there will be like some births. Oh, 2 months old is the last sort of ones that we needed to fill this 33. I think that's right. Let's just step out because it's only a stone throw away. It's not like it's going to. 386 out of 386. It was the last set, so nearly 400 odd animals in the enclosure, and it is now full. So that is amazing. I'm really chuffed with that. Yeah, if nothing else, I come away with that enclosure, which has got some plants growing on top of it for some reason. That's about, yeah, it's hard to get inside. When that's one thing I've got to improve is obviously the clear areas, and that's just something going on in. Got to like move the switch. See, that it was worth coming in for that alone. That the grass is there, the feed areas. Another switch there. So the 2 switches need moving, and I believe the feed area should be where the trough is. So again, we need to like shift that. So if we do I don't think it won't. It will. It's like, yeah, this is what makes things like this awkward. You can do it though. It's because I don't know how we did the grass like that. Let's just make it look a little bit more realistic. So it's leveling's usually the way. Well, it is when it. Yeah, it's doing it now. It is. Right, it's not too terrible. So the rest is down to switches, stuff like that, which I need to go in the model and fix. It's the plant that was mostly worried about that you could see going through the. So that's not too terrible. Right, fantastic. It looks a bit better, doesn't it, apart from the grass not being in the actual place. But it gives me... It's only when you see things like this you think, oh, I've not quite done that right, that then it gives you something to aim for. Yay. Right, looks a bit small. Ooh, that was about the white. That was a bit odd. Right, some obscurity. Right, so then let's have a look. Value of the rope. Is it still worth... It's yellow today, 5.3, and it's on its up. So yeah, we'll wait till it goes. I think it always stays yellow. It's very rare you see it on the green that we did see it. So we've got clothes are still not worth anything. They're January, and they are on the up, but nowhere near. They've got a long way to go up to the top. Straw boards, again, January at the minute. I'm going to change a few. I have started to change a few of these things. So the rope's not quite a sellable bit at present. Where's my generator gone? It disappeared, didn't it? Yeah, we should have the big red generator there. For some reason, that's another model that's disappeared. You see, this is... It's at times like this you think, ah, that's what's missing. So we're going to add another generator, but we're not going to pay for it. But this one's as good as mine, but much, much smaller. So we're going to go for it. Yeah, I'm not... I did sort of say this. I'm not really that worried... oh, that's the point. Have you got it in? Why is it? No, it has a lot. No, we'll just do mine. It should be mine anyway. So let's stick it back in. We will stick it. It should be there really. I don't know why it disappeared. So anywhere else we could stick it up the top on our newfound land over in this corner where it really is not in the way of anything else, and then we'll give ourselves the cash back. Because we know we've already put this down. So 77,792. 77,792. Fantastic. Excellent. So we're right back where we should be. We obviously should have had the increase from that, but you know, say la vie. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. That's the trouble when you move from one place to another. The Oxbow. I think we're going to sell the entire shebang. I love that Amity, but obviously I've adapted it. It's a good price though. It is, although we could buy one of ours for that anyway. So yeah, we'll buy that first. And I was hoping I wasn't going to hear the shop store deliveries chirp in and that I'd no, we don't pick up. No, just we're not interested in buying it. We've got a buyer lined up. We have, so let's get this sold. No, that's that. So that's definitely. Ooh, perfect. Perfect. We've got that nice 12-meter header too. So these things are really, really looking up. It's nice when you get one of these months where you've got like all of this lot to sell. It's quite amazing. So obviously it does really, really bring in the additional cash, especially the big things like the Oxbow. Now that's a real bonus. You can't ever expect things like that. So yeah, I'm hoping we get one of the Colossuses. Right. Yes, I mean the 12-meter. That was a real. Quite amazing to see it after obviously we just leased it, and then obviously the very next day it appears in sales. Just goes to show it does influence. It was the word I was trying to look for last night, but it doesn't always work. I mean, what I mean is it's definitely an influencer, but it's still a random factor. It doesn't you're not guaranteed. Thought I might actually just about be able to. Let's give ourselves a bit of cash. Because we are quite short a little bit, so 240 something. I think that's about right. With no additional costs. Fantastic. The bank manager will be happy. We won't though, because we see we're gonna sell this so quickly that he doesn't gain any interest from us. So, but trust me, they make enough from us anyway. They do. The bank manager's not really friendly. Yeah, they've always been Banks are waiting for the day of your disaster so that they may cash in on you and devour your bones, is really what bankers are about. Don't ever think they're your friend or anything like that. There are certain ones. The Banker Dave, now that banker's a person that's heart is in the right place, but most people are like bankers. They have not got a heart. It's business is business type attitude. So yeah, they're not your friends, not at all. They're in it for the day that you like fall flat on your face, and they're going to pull it out and sell it as soon as you've only got to ask a lot of the American farms that have been, you know, like, it's a necessary evil. They've all got to, but trust me, the day that you, like, it's the bank own it at that point, and they're just waiting for that disaster so they can literally cash in on it. Yeah, don't ever think they're your friends, because they're really, really not. Right, so then 279,400. Now that's not bad. Sorry, it's a bit. It was a bit doomy gloomy, but it's unfortunately quite true. Yeah, now doesn't it show how strong that script is? When it goes wrong, it's grasped everything. You would not believe that, would you? Now what? We've got as if we've got all the time in the world, and now we're, yeah, that is ready. Now then, I believe we have actually got, no, this is a test, and this, I will save the game, and I apologize if it's in advance, because it does take a long, wrong one, actually, it's this one. Yeah, it's a 4x map, and it takes a while to save. It's a bit of a beast. So yeah, we'll save the game, because what we're about to do, I'm hoping that it is, that I am right, and that the Colossus, no, we are there. Yeah, we have jumped. Right, so let's now put store deliveries. How do we get into this field, by the way? So I don't really fancy lifting an entire section. Oh, I think it's just there. It is. Right. So then, I think we need to borrow Colossus. We've got the header, but is the header the one that's up at the... I think it's this one here. Ooh, what bits of fence appearing inside that? There's a Titan Forager Unreal. And I think it was a Forager header. Let's have a look. It shows on the map. What on earth is that? What is that there? Showing. That's a bit odd, to say the least. Right, so vehicles. Well, it's a very strange view that it picked for some reason. So we won. It's a lizard. Titan Forager Unrealistic. No, it's not that one. Like, where is that then? Let's... Where is... Ah, so it's over there, right next to this. Okay then, so it is that one there. Excellent. Oh, I've just repaired it as well. Cotton Unrealistic. Excellent. So I believe it looks like it's a forager. So then let's do that there. And then we're going to like lease. Now, if this doesn't work, because I think it should, I think I'm on the right track, but you never know. This is me. You're all used to me, like, not actually. Yeah. So category harvesters. And we'll go for you. 6,000. Oh, my life. It's a beast of a... Yeah, we'll have a beacon light. Exhaust. I'm happy with... So a long pipe. We will lease it with a long pipe. I'm happy with it as it is. So let's lease you. Yes, for 15,000 gold a penny. It's a bit of a beast to that, isn't it? Whew. Right, now then. Also, are we gonna literally? We'll buy this, will we? I think we will. I think, yeah. This is. I would imagine. No, it's not hand tools. It's gonna be in that miscellaneous. This is something that's only just dropped, but it is a beaut. And I used to always see this. It might have been Ross and Mods who did it before. Model. No, I'm not sure what this is based upon. The model we've got. So we'll say class. I'm hoping it doesn't make much difference. Let's lease it for... no, you can't. The one thing that I'm missing is that lease before you buy mod. I don't think we've got one in the game just yet. Let's just see, will you? Yeah, I love this forage pickup. I always used to think in FS22, oh, it's a bit expensive though, isn't it really? But I tell you the truth, the freedom it gives you of like it's spinning around, that is quite amazing. So it's well worth it. It is. Right, so we need to grab the header, which has now been fixed because we put our thing right next door, which is actually right in the way. Okay, let's just move you out of the way a little. You are a tad in the way, even though, right, we need to refold you up, but I'm grateful that you were unfolded, because it means that actually it's not a bad idea to leave that like that, is it? Because then whatever goes to the back of it gets repaired automatically. Now then, so we want a trailer. So I would say probably the biggie. We will borrow that off the because that is a oh, the other one's not much smaller. Yeah, the other, oh yeah, actually that is a point. Yeah, let's grab the one that's inside the other one that hasn't got any grass in it. Yeah, this is nearly as big. There's not a lot in it really. Alright, so I feel a time lapse is coming so that you don't be subjected to like hours or no. So let's just, yeah, clear that as well. I don't want anything else delivering unless of course we'd needed to, but I don't like to have it like that. I know we've got the wool and that type of stuff, but the most pressing thing of all is our cotton harvest, which I'm hoping this thing actually does what I think it does. Oh, oh, oh. It's alright, my graphics card will be like zipping, going, oh my life, I've got to bear the entire brunt of this. Oh, no, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to unfold you. I would imagine we could just about get through that. I'm hoping that this does what I think it does. Now, have you had silage additive to a process like this? Does it actually make a difference? I would have thought not. No, it's cotton. Well, you don't know how it works, so it's, if you're honest. But yeah, I would imagine that's true. Right, so then, I'm imagining this works like the sugarcane one used to do. Let's see, am I right? Oh, we are. Excellent. Right, time-lapse definitely coming up. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. appear that that's not actually working. It's, for some reason, it's like not reading the set point. So that's a bit of an odd one. Yeah, no, I feel, having done cotton a lot, it's one of my favourite things. I think this is terribly destructive. I think I should be on 2 or 3 bales, but I think that entire field was probably something like a 3 to 4 bale field, and they're big, and we're on like less than 1, and we're well over halfway. So I have a sneaky feeling it's a tad destructive. So let's save, and then we're going to stick a... Yeah, we haven't got one, have we? No, we're going to stick a silo down, but a production silo, which is all I've worked with all the way through FS. Well, no, I've got my multi-fruits that I did fairly early on, but I moved to production silos almost immediately. Yeah, I did. So we want these, and we're going to go for my standard production silo. Land is not... Oh, no, it might not be, actually. This is true. This will be. Could sort of stick it, that's a rope factory, we could stick it sort of smack bang right there. Well, it's not in the way, sort of. Yep, on it on like normal mode. You know, as yeah, we don't want to any. That's the only trouble when you do things next to other productions. Now then, we don't want to flatten that. We just want to go around the edges. Otherwise it does do weird things, because the trigger is the all-important thing. So we do need to do a little tiny bit. Yeah, I'm going to have to do the painting. Painting is a beast. It really is. I openly admit that I am not an expert painter. As in, like, with the model, I really do not get it at all. It's alien. Oh, yeah, when the day I get that, I will, like, whoop for joy, because... Yeah, I really don't get it at all. The way it's not very easy to grasp, shall we say, inside the R3D. I sort of get it. I mean, sort of get it. So, like, if we stick that down, I think I've got cotton in here. It's not something I've used a lot recently, but it is one of my favourites. Yeah, I do love doing this. And obviously this sort of lends itself to... Oh. Have I not got cotton in it? I might not have, but... I might not have. It might be... I thought I had, though. Got cotton in it. I have. So is cotton gone wrong on the map? Is it a map-based problem? Because that's interesting. This is about like the eggs on Cavalier Roy. Oh, this is annoying, isn't it? Right, okay, well, we can prove this fact. Oh, this is annoying, isn't it? Because there's nothing at all we can do about this. If the map, yeah, Cavalier Roy's map, Riverview, it was the enemy of eggs. Yeah, and it's surprising how you'd think, oh, it's only one thing, it's not going to really affect anything. Right, stick a small, I have not stuck my little small multi-fruit down for a long, long time, but yeah, this will sort of prove it, because, well, it really should, because, oh, that's the point. Where was my little... Oh, that's silo extension. We want silos. Should be in here. My little old friend. I did a long, long time ago. So let's stick you... it'll lend its storage to it. Don't matter. Yeah, we're not going to use it in a bad way. Fantastic. Let's go and see, is this... Yeah, because if this... I mean, we can see it says cotton in there, but if this won't... Its only job is to store things, then we know it really is a map-based problem, in which case we are scuppered. Really? Because... Oh. And it's looking somewhat like that is the truth. Oh, that's a bit of a beast. Now, if that is the case, then that means we won't be able to sell it either, because the map won't recognise what it is. Unless it's a storage... I don't really know. Never seen this before, apart from the eggs on Riverview, where they did the same. The map... It recognised them to begin with. If you, like, loaded the game, because Cavalier Roy very kindly gave you loads of eggs at the beginning, if you put a sell point immediately down... It did work, and because Cavalier Roy says, no, I've tested it. It's the map that's in the mod, it works. And I thought, well, okay. It worked for me the very first second, but it didn't work a day or two later. Yeah, I am right. It's so JMGaming. I will, yeah, have to report that cotton is a bust, which is a bit of a, isn't that typical? How would you possibly have known, really? How could you possibly ever know something like that? Yeah, and this one isn't down to me or anything like that. This is all part of the map. So how do we actually? Because you can't technically. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be an awful lot as well, isn't it? If we dump this out, this is a real, absolute pain in the backside. Yeah, because there's no way to store it because the map. It's almost like a misnomer. The game knows what cotton is, but the map's like going, nah, I don't know what it is. It's like, yeah. Hence the fact you can't sell it or store it because it's like this doesn't exist to the map. I think the only place we could probably dump it would be somewhere here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Will it let us force to? I don't know that it will. It should do, but it's like saying no. Oh, what a travesty! You're telling me we've got to like abandon the field and oh. Right, okay. Let me just take a quick screenshot for JMGaming just to sort of show him that, that this is like actually not playing ball. That it's not recognising it at all. And we are definitely on the right trailer. It's definitely not me. It's definitely in the right place. I wish it wasn't. But yeah, I wish that it's steering axles are a menace sometimes. Yeah, that's definitely in the right place. Gone over it at least. Right, so let me do a print screen for JMGaming. Right, save that. And copy. Excellent, done. Right, well, that is a bit of a bust. That is a real gutter, isn't it? We can't do anything at all with it. So we've got a field of refuse, you could say, that should have been really a good little earner. Although obviously, as I said, it's also definitely not right. I wonder if it. No, everything recognises cotton. It would sell. It is. I am right. And I'm sort of like trying to be disbelieving that. Oh, okay. Oh, hang on a minute. Ooh, maybe I'm on the wrong thing because it looks like. Okay, let me just let go of the. I see it had only got one icon before. Maybe it's the hitch that's at folds. Let's just let go of that, and then let's let go of the. It could be. If I was on the wrong thing, then it might have looked like I was on the right thing. Let's drop that down for a minute and do this again. Because if I was on the wrong one, it looked like only one. Which, in other words, it made it look like the trailer. But is it that? Because that's quite a new thing. Let's try this again, shall we? I'm beginning to have a bit of hope. And this also should now say, if I'm right, and it was more about the pickup hitch obscuring things, then this should say dump. Yay! Fantastic. So now let's go stick that in there. Oh my life, that's really scary. So JMGaming, ignore me. It's actually the pickup hitch, the foraging thing, which is such a fantastic thing that's actually now a menace. It's not quite right. I'm sure Russell Mods, who's a very busy modder with his telehandlers and such like things, will soon get that sorted. Well, if it was a fault, I mean, it should have shown two icons like we just saw a minute ago, but it only showed one, which therefore your brain says, right, that's the trailer, because of course that is the right way to look at it. So I can't, for once, I can't say, oh, it's my fault, I'll take it on the chin, because actually it's not. then yeah, we need to try and take that a bit wider. I mean, we can at least put it in the production silo if this doesn't work, but I think it will. Oh, okay. It won't. Right, well, we've got a means of doing this now, so let's take this and stick it in the production silo. So that's a bit of a bust. It is working, though. We know this, so perhaps it could be the level of the... I was going to do that. Twice. Yeah, so let's stick this in here. It'll be the level of the... trigger. That's the one. That's what I'm trying to look for. Yeah, so let's dump that in there. And we should tell the cotton to distribute. Is what we're going to do. And then we should like push on and we'll finish that field off, which I think we've... Yeah, I'd like to do cotton in that next time as well, but I'd like to do it with traditional harvesters because I seriously, sneakily... Yeah, it gives you a lot of freedom, that hitch, but... oh, let's use it. We know how to do it, to combat it now. It's yeah, yeah, we'll get this field finished. We shall go into another. I think it's that way. Yeah, it's like got the big section. I'm sure like that. So for some reason, let's unfold you now. It was only showing the one icon. Whereas now it's plainly showing two. So it did crash, basically. Because obviously it showed us that we were on just the trailer and it was almost like this didn't exist. Yeah, the actual thing itself was showing that it didn't exist. So now we're back in the land of the living. Right, let's unfold this. And I'm going to finish this field off, which is not going to take us very long. Destructively, and then we shall get very little from this huge field. I am a very... Yeah, I know, I'm sorry. I'm rushing you. You just unfold at your own leisure. You know, we've got all the time in the world. Right, I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Time lapse. I'm just thinking we managed the wheat in there, didn't we? So it's almost like the bioplastics is not recognizing the trigger for cotton. Maybe it's expecting a bale. It might be. Yeah, that's true. I never thought about that. But yeah, I shall have to warn JMGaming because obviously this is not necessarily. Yeah, obviously knowing a bit about modding, or quite a lot about modding now actually. But yes, the normal cotton would be done in bales, so that means the bale storage, the bale trigger was the one that's looking for cotton. It may well be that JMGaming hasn't put cotton in the loose loading or unloading trigger, in which case it won't recognise this, because I was just, you know, your brain, you know, like ticks away in the background, like processing what's happening, and it was like I'm not quite so sure that yeah, it takes a while, but the cogs are turning on all of our brains. You know, your brain is an amazing thing, as are your instincts. You know, like, but as I said, sometimes it takes a bit of processing for you to like think, nah, I'm not sure. You're weighing everything up, and in the background, I was thinking, nah, I don't think it is anything to do with the trigger, because we know, like literally last session, we could quite easily stick that wheat in the unload it there, and it was quite happy. So if the trigger was wrong, it would have been wrong last time. But there's more than one trigger. If it's looking for a bale of cotton, which is the most normal thing, it wouldn't be looking for cotton loose, then JMGaming may well not have put that. So I shall let him know that we went loose with the Colossus and it didn't show. Now obviously it will have cotton in the storage, you know, yeah, so in 13 minutes at 10 o'clock it should push some cotton across, definitely. So yeah, oh yeah, we have, because we have switched it on as well, so it is calling. Yeah, it's such a shame. I'm sure this has been terribly destructive. I mean, really. Yeah, so next year we'll do this, even if it's slower, just to justify. Again, it's your brain that's saying this, we'd have way more bales on this if we'd have done this traditionally. And I concur that, I don't know to what extent I'm correct, but I do concur. This is a big field to get, like, we would just about have one bale now, and I'm sure that I'm right. There should be 2 or 3 by this time, so, which means this is a bit like the Mark Thor one that was terribly destructive with potatoes. I mean, literally you lost 66% of your harvest. Obviously I didn't know at the time, but again, it was one of those things where your brain in the background's thinking, I'm sure something's not quite right. And then I looked at the harvest the year before, traditional potato harvest, and it was 3 times the amount of what we got. I think we got about 100 tons off the field that the year before we got 250. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So it was me thinking Mark Thor's was the best thing since sliced bread, and actually it's the devil incarnate, because it's doing the one thing that no farmer can afford, and that's to lose product at a astounding bad way. Yeah, you just no farmer. It's what you're doing. Even if it takes me 3 times as long to do the field, is this worth speed? Not really. Not if it's destructive speed or destructive process. I really need to, yeah, we need to do this differently. Again, I'm not sure it's, again, it could be the physics of, is Mark Thor's was the same. It's got to be that how destructive it could be, that it's just ahead of time, just cannot ever get this right. It's just not meant to do this, so you adding it is not enough, because Giants are very good on the physics side of things. As I know myself, if you try and bring in a model, it will show you glowy red, like, which is Giants' editor way of saying this is broken, mate. You broke it. It doesn't sort of show you, it doesn't tell you, but you just see this glowy red inside the i3D, and I think that's Giants' way of saying it's bust. Now we all, well, we don't all know. It's not everyone's in like modding or in modding circles. Now, thanks to a comment that one of the Giants workers said once to somebody else, they basically sort of said that obviously the tools that a modder gets given, those that we download for free off that, we don't have the bells and whistles that the Giants tools have got. No, we don't. We get like the off-scouring of like a very basic set of tools. Now, why that is done, I should leave to your imagination, because there's no real good reason, except for like the superiority of like, yeah, of you being superior to like your underlings, who you are not giving the same, who you actually call partners. You know, on one breath you call them partners, and then you give them, now all of a sudden, it is at different levels, so it could be that we need to go the other way, which would then mean that our trailer is lower. Oh, also, actually, Mr. Smith, it may actually be that you're not on the right thing this time, and it was nothing to do with that at all. But we'll go with your story. Yeah, it is true. I mean, obviously, Giants call them there's the partner program, but it doesn't feel a very partnery type thing. I do like that. That is amazing. It doesn't feel a very partnery type thing when your partner's like giving you rubbish tools. That to me doesn't seem a terribly equal partnership. Not to me personally, anyway. Right, so there you go. In 8 minutes now, we shall. So I'm having used this. I'm a bit underwhelmed. Not. I mean, the Colossus is beautiful, but we will. Yeah, the. I think the thing I might try and see if I can make a harvester myself that is a real harvester, something based upon the Amity, because I can change it to be a cotton harvester. I mean, as in, like, I'll do a special version where you need to take on the primary role of the harvester, which means I might have to jump through a lot of hoops, put a seat in it and all sorts of things, because that's what it entails. Right, so let's send that piece back. And we will literally rush through to 10 o'clock. It was 11. Right, let's send our leased items back before we get walloped again. It was a bit of a hefty beast, but it is a hefty beast. Yeah, I mean, it would be an awful lot worse if it was a 600 grander as well. Right, let's take them zone markers off now before everyone shouts at me. Excellent. So then... 24788. I've got your engine running. Because I wouldn't jumped in and like just done it, because that's the way I am. Right, so then speed up for this few minutes till 10, and that should boost across a little bit. We've got a bit of a yeah, like a cash influx, either down or up. I don't know which way. I just saw it move. So we should have cotton. Should be now going. Oh, US. Yeah. What about? Oh no, we're not doing it to that. No. We weren't doing it for that reason. We are going to the bioplastic switch. We did switch on, which has got 5,190, which is going. So excellent. So that is brilliant. Now we've obviously got the wall to do quickly. So let's get this sorted. We're going to go 50-50 split. We may as well actually, it's true, let's do this. Or did we do it this morning? No, we didn't. I was going to say, I thought we didn't. Let's let's get the jobs done, and then I think we'll leave it there ready to go through to the next one. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. So if we're doing cotton again, it needs to be, I think it's February. It's a very, very early, very, very early crop. So it's true, I'm not frequently planted it myself. Oh, okay, that's not really. Let's just come at this at an angle and hopefully get like. Oh, okay, well that's a total bust. It never worked at all as I imagined it. Oh wow. My forks tines are in that. Why would that not grab that? That's 2. It's easy enough to grab this, so let's just stick this straight in here. And I must stick the... I actually like to see the zone marks bits, if I'm honest. Oh, yeah, it's a bit far out. It is. Ooh. Oh, okay. Really does look like that. Fantastic. So we want another couple of bales. So if we grab, it's a bit more, isn't it? Yeah. Are these? No, the full ones are a full ton. That is true. So let's just drop that on that like that. We might, if we're very fortunate, which we're not. It's immediately gone and done it. Lumber on us. Nope. Okay. Let's stick that. Oh, okay. Well, that's just one way to do it, I suppose. It's not. Should sort of get all 3, and then we've got 6 left. So I'd have to say that was more than obviously more than 10, I would say. Which I wouldn't, if I'm right. Now, there was obviously oddments as well, so it's not quite as cut dry as that. So how much did we put in there? 523, yeah, 5,200 and odd. Of course, it's a super, so it's going to be ripping it to pieces instantly because it's just super. Yeah. I'm having difficulties with my. I'm working on the dairy, which is probably one of those mods that I probably use the most. You know, one of those that would be almost wherever I've got cows, which is almost every Let's Play. It would be like one of those gibbon that's going to fall. Oh, not quite. This sheep is going to come and have a look and see what we're doing. What are you doing, my wool? Well. We're not, yeah, we're making nice products out of it. You would approve, I'm sure, if you understood what I was on about. Because to a sheep, all that exists is like, yeah. I don't know, really. Animals are a strange one. Beautiful. I love animals. Always been a great lover of animals, but I don't know what's they. I mean, we know they feel and all the rest of it. I'm not sort of trying to say that, but clothes are coming in nicely, aren't they? That's 15,000 litres. Clothes, that is amazing. I can't remember when. I think the clothes are March. I think I pretty much kept them almost like where they should have been before. So let's grab this like 3 together. Stick that in. And we've pretty much 50-50'd it. Just grab that and put it on straight on top. Well, hopefully, if we do it properly, we won't have any shenanigans. That's not too terrible. You've definitely done worse. That's excellent. Yes, I really am. This is very unique, sort of, to choose. I mean, obviously, in a way, the cotton would have been nice for this as well. We could have split it 50-50, but there wasn't really enough to split due to the fact that I think the Colossus was a terribly destructive thing. There was not really enough for us to do. So then. How much did you have in the spinny? Super spinny Taylor, that is 10,548, and the super rope maker 5,002. Oh, we haven't even got the cotton on. Why would you stick the cotton in when we've not stuck it on? Oh my life. Oh, we can't. Yeah, it's true. We can't. I wonder if we lease a bit of a. Yeah, I know what I'm going to say. It's true. Well, I should do it because it's me that's thinking it. Right, this is. Right, let's save the game. I have an idea, a cunning plan. But we're going to have to take. Because this is a mechanics thing to prove a theory. So the fact that we're going to lease a cotton harvester is Oh, well. Why did you do that? Press it twice. It's bad enough once. Heaven's sake, man. Right, oh, no, I forgot it's that close. So let's stick store deliveries and let's lease a traditional cotton harvester that does bales. Right, so cotton harvesters. Yeah, I'm going to go with my old favourite. Yeah. No, these are the John Deere ones as well. Yeah, they've gone for the horrible John Deere, like 10,000 litre jobby. Yeah, I like traditional, the biggie, 20,000. Well, that's true. Yeah, I'm thinking it was a 50,000 litre. It's 20,000 litre bale, so that would have been maybe it wasn't. Yeah, because I'm thinking in bales, 3 or 4 bales. Well, actually, that wasn't too far off. 24,735. Yeah, and whatever the cost of the delivery. So let's give ourselves that back straight away. 25,000 to cover those oddments of delivery. It's not far off. I'm not trying to gain, but let's just see. Ah, now that is a point. Can we take the cotton out of there? I'm not sure if I've got unloading and unload. I usually do. I usually put everything on, like unload, unload, and everything, so that you can always take it. Something I loved what Omatana did. Maybe I didn't. Well, we can rectify this. I can sort. It's not the sort of thing that I would always. I'm not sure. Yeah, because it's not really meant to do this, is it, really? It's supposed to harvest it. So it might actually be that you can't do this anyway. No, let's see if we can turn on automatic drop, and we want to... No. Select. Turn off. No, that's it. Okay, well, yeah, we could sort of test it. Can you buy it? Because this would be like you can with a baler. Now, you can do this with a baler. We've seen it, but I'm not sure that you can do it with a harvester. It would be its fill place, which is at the back. Ooh, okay, let's lift the header. It's like we're bashing into the... you see you can, so it should be at the back. So that means, if that is true, which it is, that it's not set. My tailor shop is not allowing me to take things out. So that should be right about there. Right, well, I should be right back. I did have it all along. It's just, it's very precise. Yeah, it's, yeah, you've got to be like right smack bang in the middle, right above the specific spot. So, yeah, let's take, oh, it had 40,000 litres in a minute ago. Okay, well, that's a point. It did. We saw it. Why is it suddenly like taken? What's it done with all of the... That's a bit odd. We saw there was... literally all I've done is switch the game on and off. So where is this cotton gone then? It's now saying we've only got 9,677 litres. So like we've gone 30 litres of cotton have just disappeared in the puff of more than 30,000 litres. That's a total travesty. Yeah, we've got 9,676 in the production silo. Route maker, we saw it in. Not that. Right, okay, my bad. Yeah, but it's true. Yeah, again, it just puts it wherever it wants to put it, doesn't it? It's bad. It is route maker. At least it's not disappeared. That was a scary moment. Right, so then we need to... We're going to make 2 bales out of what this is. And then we can test my theory with JMGaming. Because obviously we're really trying to... so this is probably going to be... Oh, I don't know. This is... That's true. This is another one. Is this one going to allow us to... this is a Giants one. So... Oh, I doubt it will. Giants, they don't particularly want it to go in and out. It appears I'm going to have to do a bit of tweaking on this. Right. Be right back again. Right, we've done it. It took... I had to completely remodel, because it didn't have a pipe. It didn't have a loading and unloading station. So it really is now a completely different beast to the one that we had before. So we need to unload. And then we're going to just test to see, does this go into JMGaming's... yeah, it is obviously you really are aiming for the pipe, so it's quite a slim... it is always, and obviously these are quite precise in where you'll actually sort of aim them. Yeah, obviously, because normally they're dragging it in from the... Not really supposed to be like this, really, but obviously you can do it if you're in the exact right spot, as we saw before. It was quite far over. You're almost off the actual trigger before it popped. Yeah, it's very, very fine. Are we actually... I think you need to unfold. I think it's... No, it's folded. Turn on. I don't know that you have to be on. I don't think you do. But I'm not sure. I'm sure I was just literally in the right place before, and it's very, very particular about where that place is. Very, very particular. Yeah, I think I was... shouldn't be this fine, but it is. Yeah. Oh, I do hate these type of moments where you're like trying to find something and you know it's there because you've seen it already, but you just can't find it because it's just so very, very precise. The other thing is, have I gone off the trigger? You've got to switch it on and off again. The amount of times I sort of forget that you've got to like go way off the trigger and then way on the trigger again for it to like switch it off and then back on again for you to actually do it. But I don't think it was that. It just seems very, very precise. Well, for the test, I mean, I can actually faff around with this like afterwards. What we really need to do is just see if we can actually shift the bail. And was I right about it being a bail, and that, you know, for JMGaming's it's only the bail, which is the most standard form of cotton that there is. Obviously, these new additions where they're like tiny little bits, then you know, as in like, sorry, loose. I'm trying to concentrate. Doing this at the same time as I think this will probably... Now, that is true. Also, the other thing is, is it a different... I think JMGaming's old school in so much as he's put all of these triggers all at the same place, I would imagine. I can't recall seeing any others like this. So he'll have the bail trigger, stroke, loading, stroke, unloading trigger. If he's done all of those, not everybody does. I always try to do all of the triggers so that you can unload and load and like bail and everything, pallets, all the whole shebang, which is, of course, that was originally a Giants. The model is all mine. So we're gonna have to like go sort of end to end. Yeah, so I've had to sort of remodel it and add on. Obviously, the model's all my own. The actual but obviously, originally what I first grabbed it from was the real Road Factory, and then obviously I've had to tame the beast because it was just too. So if I'm right, this will disappear. If I'm wrong, there you go. Yeah, smash it. So definitely is that JMGaming is only expecting the cotton bales. So I shall, by hook or by crook, grab the cotton out of that and send that cotton harvest back. So I'm going to do that behind the scenes because I do not expect you to hang around for 10 minutes while I somehow find the exact spot for the trigger with me. I shall just grab another 20 tonner out of this, and then can we grab it? Oh, that's the point. Can we grab it loose now? Because it went in loose, didn't it? Oh, that's defeating the whole point of what we're trying to do. Right, I'm going to say my goodbyes. I think that was not a bad session, so all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey, and I'm going to say goodbye for now. Right, I did find it, yeah, it didn't take too long. Typically, every single time you turn the cameras off for these type of situations where, yeah, over the years, the amount of times I've dragged you all through, like some that's taken 10 minutes, and I've sort of made an inner vow to myself for the last few months that no more of this, just switch the cameras off. I know it sort of goes against the grain in a little way because I like to show you everything, but in another way, there's certain things I'm quite sure you really don't want to see that are like taking too long. It's just actually... yeah, drop that. Feels very light. Normally, yeah, in FS22 and 19, you could sort of feel the weight of it. You could sort of see by the telehandler struggling to grab the weight and the physics that I suppose it's got a big weight at the back when you think of the pivot point. So maybe, but it doesn't feel like it used to do. So that's nearly all of the cotton back in where it should be now. I'm going to sling my hook in, just show you this loading in, and then I'm going to sling my hook. Yeah, go to work. very shortly. Right, so there we go. So it'll take a few seconds to dissolve it, but that is that is it. Right, so I'm slinging me hook. Hopefully you'll join me next session.